Morning, y'all. Look at the colours. Autumn is here and coming, which is always a bit of a shame, obviously, for golf, but then the courses do look quite spectacular. We're moving on today. First of all, breakfast. Boots. Backswing.
There?
Out there. Just there. Backswing. That's the topic.
Backswing
of conversation today. Backswing. Backswing, Matthew.
Yes.
How much do you treat an overswing when people go, oh, can you check me overswing? I've got an overswing, those kind of comments. Are you into that?
Well, like the amount of lessons that I do, the amount of backswings that I change is very minimal.
So you're more down swinging?
Yeah, but that's not, it depends on how they're controlling their downswing though.
Yeah.
So if they're good at delivering, why would you change it?
Yeah.
If they're not good at delivering and don't understand why, and it's related to the backswing, then I'd change it.
Like that. So if you get someone who's complaining of overswing, I'm presuming you still look at delivery first and see if it affects it?
Basically, yeah, totally.
And if you get someone who is swinging long and it looks a bit uncontrollable, my history of teaching, often it's because they're over rotating. They so often relate it more to their arms, don't they?
Yeah, and they have serious wrist angles, don't they?
Yeah, so they let go of the club and that kind of stuff. Show me, show me.
Adding this one in and adding that one in.
Yeah, it's that extension that does it.
No.
So how many people John Ram it or DJ it and overswing have you taught? I mean, they're generally shorter, aren't they?
A distance?
No, as in, so if you John Ram your wrist...
I see what you mean, yeah. So you move from like here to
no,
here.
yes, correct. Well, if not even there, if you go more to that way, which is where I move 90% of the people who are losing balls off to the right, they say overswing.
Yeah.
If you extend that wrist, you can just let that club go behind your head. It can just go forever.
Yeah.
So it's often either an over rotation, so like left foot lifts up, hips are kicking out, or it's that wrist bowing out, isn't it, or extending, which allows them to go back. So it's that interpretation of what they see in an overswing.
Yeah.
Again, I know people who have been trying to control their overswing for like 20 years by just swinging shorter.
Yeah.
I have told them, I don't just stand there going, oh, 20 years of that and like giggling. I do tell them. Good day.
Good day.
How are those knees feeling this morning, Dan?
Knees are actually remarkably good.
Power pump dancing, wasn't it, yesterday?
Might have been
You were like that Duracell bunny.
Might have been the most comfortable shoes I've danced in, I must say.
You were just a machine of dance last night.
I like that Irish...
Has to be said. Ray coming? No.
Come in, just tidy in his room.
Should we talk backswing, Dan?
Yeah, let's talk about the thing that everybody talks about.
So what are your thoughts on backswing then?
For me personally, I mean, when people come to lessons, they're always talking about their backswing as the major part of their golf swing.
Yeah.
I use backswing purely as a starting point of the type of shot that I'm trying to play.
Okay.
So for me, if I'm certainly with the driver, I'm trying to work that club maybe just a bit more inside on the way back.
Right.
Just to allow me to feel like I can hit more up and away from me.
Okay.
If I'm just trying to hit a little fade with an iron maybe, I'd be trying to almost feel like I'm starting the club a little bit more outside me here, so pushing it further to away from me. So that's how I use it to set my path, really.
So question then, so I think, so your statement that you say there, which I agree with, I would use a backswing that way for me personally, and it makes perfect sense. So like what you say, like you could write that down, it makes perfect sense, it computes.
Yeah.
But surely what you just said is exactly why people fixate about the backswing. Do you understand why I might say that?
Yeah, I can understand that.
Because you're saying that if you put it back in a position, let's call it,
then you'll fade it.
the
and
slot,
you'll draw it.
Yeah.
you know, that's where the slot gets from. So why would that maybe work for you, but might not work universally? What's the discerning factor, I guess?
Swing.
It's more to do, yeah, absolutely. It's more to do with the downswing, isn't it? You know, the guys have to, you know, for me, I've worked on my numbers, I've worked on my path, and I've worked out that if I get my club working this way and this way, it's a feeling for me to get to those positions.
Yeah.
I think golfers need to get their numbers whilst they're, you know, when they're doing that with their coach, to get the feeling of
to
that.
see how much it does make a difference.
Correct. To see how much it makes a change, or, you know, how much you have to feel like you have to move it out here or move it inside or outside. So, yeah, I think players can use it, but I think they need to focus on what they're doing on the downswing more so than what they're doing on the backswing.
So I would argue the reason it works for you is because you align basically hand paths and centre of gravity of the face.
Yeah.
Or centre of gravity of the club.
Yeah.
You align them to allow them to fly out in front of you. So I teach lots of people, I've done for years, who like are in here,
Yeah.
and then as soon as they pull down, they stand the club up, which can create any path, but often for lots of golfers it's a raising handle and sometimes a pulling across. Yet if they use what you said there, are they then thinking, oh, Dan said I'm gonna get more in here
Oh, a bit more up on it.
than that, because that makes me hit out there.
Yeah.
So actually the skill that you've got is that you can align the hand path and the centre of gravity of the club paths together, and with that skill then your backswing becomes more of a weapon.
Yeah.
I personally think the reason it's not a weapon for lots of people, so I can take a club back here and I'm not going to hit from the outside unless I choose to, because I'm going to go here and then I'm just going to realign and fly it back out to the ball and get whatever path I want.
Yeah.
But if you're not aligning them, most common one, standing shafts up, that's when backswing can become, I think, weaker. But if you are like you, textbook, you know, hitting pretty good position-based golf swings, then yeah, absolutely can be a weapon. So again, it's kind of knowing when to use it and when it doesn't apply, isn't it? Which is always the danger with tips, basically. Morning y'all, day 4, Ballybunion. Let's finish off this backswing video. I like to see good matchups in a backswing.
Grip and wrist angles, you mean?
Yes, I don't mind if I see twists, so people see twists and instantly see wrongs.
Yeah.
As long as they've got other movements that complement that. What I'm not so keen on, and often what you'll try and attack, is when you see big twists and moves, but then you see big curvatures and people not knowing why they're getting them.
Yeah.
So if I see a strong grip and then a face twisting down and people say not much height, turning left, then we have to think about changing the grip to change some of these positions to then make that delivery a bit more functional.
Yeah.
But I see plenty of people with strong grips, twist down the ground, hitting high cuts. Often with those people, I like to get them their grip to be making the ball hook, and then I change their grip. Does that make sense? Go that way round a bit more. Because I think, I don't know, it'd be interesting. I don't know if I see more twist down strong grip cutters than I do hookers. I reckon it's easy 50-50.
Yeah.
And tempting more cuts. So what I don't like seeing is twists. And you know, some people are like talking like from there to there trying to move.
Yeah.
And then I'm not seeing the same, you know, the shots coming out. And they're the people you see sometimes getting lost a little bit, kind of in circles of going nowhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I like to see matchup. So if I'm going to see a face that is turning down to the ground, and I like to see a lot of rotation, and then obviously you can still get some club face management and delivery. So just balancing people and moving them away from this kind of tracking these perfect positions each time is just, you know, it's just crucial to keep them kind of developing more than just following that kind of perfect swing model. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, coffee's in place. Down at the wheel.
Everyone's
Oh, he's woken up. What a... Time to head home. See you next week. I'm not sure when I'll see you next week. It's off to Portugal next week, so you will get vlogs, but just on days that, again, have a good weekend. In fact, you might even be watching this on Monday, so if you are, Hope you had a good weekend. If you're watching it on Saturday, hope you have a good weekend. You could be watching this like on any day, because I guess you could just watch this, so I hope you're having a lovely life, you know. Time to go now.
You sign out with Matt's tweet.
And there's Coach, look, tweeting away, busy as ever.
Always worth